Hey YouTube, my name is Erin Smith and I am the Client Retention Strategist and CEO of the Professional Blueprint. I am here to introduce my business and give you a little bit more insight into what we do. Over the past decade, I have worked with nonprofit organizations, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and service providers in customer service, professionalism, and business strategy and succession planning. So I tend to train the staff to help work with the business in functioning a lot more smoother and also improving the client experience so that you can have a lot more client retention. You have customers who are leaving positive reviews because they are getting a top tier experience from skilled professionals, from really good businesses and companies and nonprofit organizations that are highly focused on their population, making sure that whoever they are serving are receiving the services that they are intending to, and doing so in a way that is helpful to the overall outcomes and goals. So, through my own corporate roles, as well as an entrepreneur, building out training programs and functioning systems, I have learned the importance of the customer and client experience. And it has been my mission and a passion of mine to ensure that businesses prioritize how they are treating their clientele and their customers, because these are the people that really make sure that their businesses are successful and running. So a lot of people feel that customer service is dead, professionalism is dead, especially when it comes to receiving a service or going into a store and expecting to be greeted or treated respectfully or like a valued customer. And I, with my company, am setting out to make sure that we know that professionalism and customer service are top priority, especially if you want to succeed. Yes, we have other components of that, marketing and making sure that you actually have a good product or a good service, or that you're a skilled service provider. But also, it is extremely important for people to leave your company, your business, your chair feeling much more better than they did when they came out of it, or at least feel like they had a great experience, a good experience, and that they would want to return and tell other people to come back to your business. On the flip side of that, when people have bad experiences, when they feel like they aren't valued, when they feel like they're not being treated like a person who is spending their hard-earned dollar, they're not going to return, and they're more inclined to leave a bad review for the service that they have received, which ultimately taints the reputation of the company. So I established a professional blueprint to help businesses, schools, entrepreneurs, and service providers improve professionalism, overall client experience, as well as team culture, especially for the smaller companies that have multiple employees that they cater to, and also have employees that are the direct face of the people who are giving out the customer service, making sure that they are trained and developed to be top tier professionals. This is all for these companies and businesses and schools to increase client retention, strengthen their reputation, as well as grow sustainably within 30 to 45 days. So something I want to leave you guys with today are some features of professionalism, basic things that can help you and your business succeed and see a positive difference if you implement them immediately. So things that you want to encourage is punctuality. It is really important for you to be on time, especially as somebody providing a service, if somebody who has a business, making sure that your hours of operation are exactly exactly what they are in real life versus what they are on your company website or online. If somebody is Googling you or your company and they want to come and visit and come shop with you or patronize your company, your hours should be whatever you have set them to be and whatever you have put them out online. If you are a service provider, please be on time. It is really important for the client experience, if they are on time, that you are on time. And even if they're running a little bit late, communication needs to be key, and you can put that into your policies and make sure that that is enforced. Hey, if you're going to be late, then make sure that you have proper communication with me. You have this amount of time allotted, that's a grace period, and stay away from severe consequences if you are trying to get new clientele to come and patronize your business. This kind of I don't want to call it nasty, but it can read as a really strict and unfriendly tone when you are listing off a lot of consequences early on for someone being late or having to reschedule or move around. Now, obviously, you have your rules set in place, but tone is everything. So that brings us to our next thing is communicate respectfully, whether it is digitally online. So the way that your website reads, even social media, when you are posting your bio, all of those things, you want to make sure that they are very professional. Pay attention to your word usage, pay attention to your tone. If I read something that feels a little off-putting, I'm probably going to be less inclined to support or patronize that business. This next one can be for anyone. You are responsible for your attitude and your mood. If you have a really bad attitude and you are providing a service, especially if you're doing something, let's say in the beauty industry, if you're doing someone's hair or nails or makeup and you're frowning, you are not greeting a person when they come in, you do not have to be overly friendly, overly cheery, overly anything like that. But you should be cordial. And if you do expect people to want to return, you should be making people feel comfortable in your chair. The same thing with businesses, especially a brick and mortar. If somebody is coming into your store or your office, at the very least, you should be greeting a person, right? So your attitude when you are expecting people to come and utilize your services or purchase your products is really important as well, especially if you are at the face of a business. Your mood, which is something that is very much more temporarily, is like especially I can't tell you how many videos I have seen of people reporting back the nasty experience that they have had. If you're providing a service, at the very least, your mood, even if it's not the best, you should be putting on while you have a client or a customer in your presence, okay? Putting on a smile, putting on a good face. You're allowed to have a bad mood, but you have to remember that if you are a professional who is providing a service or a product, or you are a business, then every interaction that you have matters. Well, that's all I have for you today. Remember, professionalism is key, and it is going to be the sure way to success for your business. Also, you can find me at theprofessionalblueprint.com. I have some freebies for you to grab, and if you like a little bit more information or one-on-one help, you can book a strategy call with me as well. Also, follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at The Professional Blueprint. Adios.